Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to talk with you today a little bit more one-on-one about something that I call the just one more turn syndrome. This is something that's going to be really familiar to you if you've played games like, of course, Football Manager. Civilization's well known for this. A lot of the Paradox games also kind of induce this type of thinking in you. And I'll tell you a little bit of a story to give you an idea of exactly what it is that I'm talking about. So back when I was in high school, this would have been a little bit over 20 years ago, I used to play Civilization 2 a lot. I mean, a lot. And there was one particular time in which I can't remember what we had. We had some sort of family thing going on or something like that that day. And I was playing Civilization 2 in the morning. I think it was starting at like 10 in the morning. And I kept telling myself, I'm just going to do one more turn. I don't want to get this screwed up. I want to do this thing that I'm doing that's going to take a long time. Like I want to build the right building or make sure that I have the right military whatever thing created or whatever it was. I want to get to this certain point of the game, then I'll stop. And then I got to that point, and I told myself, well, it's okay. I can just do one more turn after that. And I get to the next point of the game, and I think, oh, well, there's this other goal that I have I want to get to, and so I want to advance towards that, and then I'll stop. And then I'll go to the next part, and then I'll stop. I kept doing that I probably played for like about 8 or 9 hours straight. And I think I actually did end up getting to the end game, which is kind of surprising for Civilization 2. I don't remember exactly what my strategy was at that time. I was probably playing on the easiest difficulty setting, which is why that happened. But I bring that up because this is actually a real problem, and it's something that we don't talk about a lot, or maybe we'll joke about from time to time. If you're not careful when you play these types of games, you can watch yourself go from thinking just one more turn, I just want to see one more thing to see if this happens or that happens, into, the entire night is gone and now it's like 5 or 6 in the morning and I didn't sleep at all and I spent it all playing this game. Or it can even become more extreme, right? Like, I don't know, it's like, say, Christmas, and we opened up presents, and then I thought, fine, I'm going to reward myself by playing Football Manager, and you start at 10 in the morning, and then you turn around, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, and you didn't eat dinner, and you didn't do anything with anybody else, and you just sat around playing the game, right? Now, I know that there are a lot of people who will talk about this. I get this a lot with other videos I've put up that say, hey, it doesn't matter, like, you could play the game however you want. It's a one-player game. Go ahead and cheat and do whatever it is you want. I mean, there is some truth to that, but really, if you want to enjoy the game, if you want to be happy about it, if you want to have a normal life as well while you play this, you got to be careful with this stuff, especially with this idea that, oh, just one more turn and I'll be done, just a little bit more and I'll be done there. So the way that I play Football Manager is I limit myself to play a single match every day, right? That's the reason why the season is slow, right? This is the reason why, we've already clinched promotion. We've already clinched the league, and we have, I think it's 3 more games now. We don't have a whole ton more to play for at the moment. And you're probably sitting there wondering, why don't we just get on with it and let's get to the next season and see what happens in the summer and all this stuff. The reason why is because I know that I have a problem, and I have a problem when it comes to these games that allow you to take one more turn. I will not be able to take that one turn and then just end it there. I will always want to take one more turn and then another turn and then another turn and go forward. So, the word that we're kind of beating the bush around is the big A word, the addiction word, right? Now, we could talk about games being addictive, but in my personal experience, the thing that really will dictate whether you're likely to become addicted to something or not is not necessarily your choice of vice, your choice of bad game or bad substance or whatever it may be. Instead, the thing that is more likely to cause you to be addicted is what's going on in your life, right? If there's something in your life that's happening that's not making you so happy that you kind of don't want to pay attention to, right? If something like, say, at work is happening that you're not so happy about, and you're like, I don't really want to pay much attention to that, so instead I'm going to do this instead, right? Or maybe there's something in your home life that's going on that you don't want to think about too much, so you want to go play the game instead. That's where you got to watch out for, right? Now, playing this game doesn't matter if it's Civilization, Football Manager, or Europa Universalis or whatever it is. Playing the game is not going to solve the problem in your life. The problem will still be there, right? having a distraction from the problem in your real life is not going to solve the problem, right? At some point in time, you are going to have to like face reality, and you're going to have to say, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to approach this issue, right? I would recommend doing that sooner rather than later, right? Let's try to approach those problems first. The other thing I would recommend doing, having been through it before, is if you find yourself becoming addicted to a game, if you find yourself not being able to get out of that just one more turn syndrome, don't necessarily blame the game. You might want to take a little bit of a break from it, but there is a way that you can enjoy this stuff and have sort of a rigid structure with yourself so that you don't end up playing it too often, right? I mean, that's what I've been able to do here. You can do other things to keep yourself on track. For example, you can put yourself on YouTube and show other people how you play. You can blog about it. You can make sure that you're reporting in, and this is what we've done today, and this is what's happened, and now we go on to the next phase. Doesn't take that much time, and if you really get into it, you might be able to get more of a connection with the game itself, and you might be able to figure out that having this little bit of fun might actually help you have a distraction from some of the bad things in life. Having a distraction is not necessarily a bad thing, right? The problem is when instead of facing problems, you're just going to run away and try to hide behind a game. That's not what we want to do, but it's also not bad to play around once in a while. Anyway, that's my thought on this. If you find yourself falling prey to the just one more turn syndrome, take a break and think about slowing yourself down a little bit. Do yourself a favor, right? I mean, it's something we should be able to talk about, and it is a real problem. Anyway, I'll see you later. See you tomorrow.